With people who are seriously mentally ill, we see instances where they're violent to other people. It's very uncommon. In fact, people with serious mental illness are more often the victims of violence than the perpetrators of violence. We can appreciate that there are at least 4 prototypes of people who perpetrate violence. First, there are psychopaths. They don't care about other people. Second, there are people who are enraged and aggrieved. They want to settle a score. Third, there are people who are actively psychotic. They're suffering from mental illness, serious mental illness, a delusion, hallucinations that's prompting them to act. These are people who need treatment, and when they get treatment, actually their risk of committing a violent act goes down very substantially. And finally, there are people who are actively using alcohol and drugs. That's important because alcohol and drugs are disinhibiting. They take away the break between an idea and an action. These are 4 prototypes, and they're not mutually exclusive, but each of them calls for a different type of intervention. What families can do starts with recognizing that there's a problem and that their problem is escalating. They're seeing things that are not normal, and you as a family member need to trust what you observe, not what you feel, what you observe. So jot down what you see. Hasn't slept in 3 nights, doesn't change his clothes, doesn't take a bath, doesn't call back friends. Write these things down and then verify. Turn to somebody whom you know and trust and say, are you seeing some of the things I'm seeing? Because this is a way by which you're going to confirm in your own mind that the problem is there and that it's going on. It's also going to come in handy when it comes time to speaking with your loved one about what you're concerned about. And it also may well come in handy if you have a chance to speak with a mental health clinician or a doctor to say, here's what I see. You're not going to hear this from my loved one, but you need to hear it from me. The next step is what to do, and that starts with who do you turn to? There's the family doctor. There's a clergy person who knows you and your loved one for some time. There are also other families, many other families, because mental illness is so common, 1 in 5 people actively ill. In addition, there are terrific national organizations with local chapters where you can call and you can speak with someone and figure out where to turn, who to turn to. Going it alone doesn't work. We know this with every illness, whether it's Alzheimer's disease, cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's, same thing for mental illness. Don't go it alone. You're not alone. Treatment is the active ingredient in reducing violence by people with serious mental illness. People do recover with mental illness. It takes good treatment. It takes time. It takes the kind of support that families can provide, and it takes keeping hope alive.